Good day, Mr. President. My name is Robert Miller, and I'm from Reno, Nevada. And I would like to pose a question to you about accountability. And um, within that, also ask about research for healthcare and reducing our country's deficit. Um, I've talked to you previously regarding my illness, chronic fatigue syndrome. My wife talked to you about a year ago, over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, excuse me, um, asking you for help for me at a Reno Town Hall meeting, um, and um, your response was that you would return to the NIH to see what they were currently doing for the illness and what more they could be doing. Um, in regards to the research, um, the NIH spends $6 million a year, that's M million, on this particular illness for approximately 1 to 4 million patients within the United States. This illness costs this country in direct and indirect costs of approximately 20 to 50 billion with a B billion dollars a year. And so my question to you is, what happened? What happened when you spoke with the NIH? And we certainly have not been contacted. We have not seen any increase in funding for this illness. And so I know that there was oversight from the Deputy Chief of Staff, who was kind enough to interact with us, but again, nothing has transpired. So I would ask, why hasn't there been movement, and why wouldn't we invest more into the research to understand this illness that has been ignored for 30 years, to get people and patients like myself back into society and working again. Um, we refer to the illness as, ME/CFS, but you know it as chronic fatigue syndrome. And so, why doesn't it make sense to invest? Using your words, God gave us brains to figure things out. And so we certainly cannot figure out what's causing this illness and how to treat it. And as a matter of fact, in talking about treatments, there was treatment that went in front of the FDA recently that has been allowed to be given to patients for over 20 years now. Patients in clinical trials, and currently the only clinical trial that is happening is a cost recovery trial in which patients like myself have to pay $20,000 to $25,000 a year for this treatment. That means that I have burned my life savings. It means that I have to use money that should be going into my children's college fund to be able to access this medication. Without it, I'm bedbound. I cannot function at all. So again, my question to you, sir, is about accountability. You made a promise to my wife, and in that statement you also asked for us to hold you accountable, hold your feet to the fire. So I'm doing that with this question. Who am I to hold accountable? I've had discussions with all the federal health agencies, NIH, CDC, FDA, Department of Health and Human Services. I show up twice a year at the Federal Chronic Fatigue Syndrome Advisory Committee meetings to try to move research forward. and um, that committee, the members of the committee have made several recommendations for increased funding in which they have gone and it has fallen on deaf ears. So I ask you, sir, to tell me, who do I hold accountable? Again, I'm Robert Miller in Reno, Nevada, and I'd like you to answer that for me. Thank you.